Hello everyone, my name is Longplay. Welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you about the recent increase in the market in the interest rate and what is happening after that. So let's take a look at what we have. All right, welcome back everyone to my regular Monday market update. This is happening every Monday around 5 to 6 p.m. and specifically today in a very hot topic that most of you already aware of the situation that the interest rate has been recently increased, and that caused a lot of difficulty for some of the buyers who may not, who used to be qualified for the loan, and now because of the interest rate increase, they may not qualify anymore, or some of them already qualify, still qualify, but they don't want to pay too high because of the interest rate. Now, if it's too high, let's take a look to see is it really high. Okay, and then so here's the thing. Let me share with you one screen about the market, the interest rates according to Freddie Mac. Right here, according to Freddie Mac, right here, as you see here, back in April, actually about September, right? We had this is the recent update, as you see here on the blue chart. This is the recent. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me remove this. Let me hide this. Yeah, that's better. Sorry. So this is the recent increase that I was talking about. Is very recent, right? Back in September 23rd, which is about a week or two ago. The rate is still around, the blue line is still around less than 3%. But now for the recent change, it's already become more than 3% as of the 30th, which is last week on Thursday, become more than 3%, and it's keep going up, right? Now, some of you is afraid and hope as well that because of the interest rate going high like this, the home price is gonna go down for sure. Now, let's look at some number. Let's look at some number to see if that actually happening or not. Okay. Before we go into that, I just want to put around that this is not the first time we experience a more than 3% interest rate. In fact, if you're looking back on March of this year, you even have a 3.18% interest rate. Looking at the blue line, okay, you have a 3.18 percent interest rate, okay. And then if you look a little bit further more, if you look at the 3-year chart, right, back in way back in, so the April 1st is actually the highest. We didn't reach the highest yet. So back in let's say around November, right, around July of 2020, right, it was the second time to the past that we see a higher than 3% interest rates. Right? So we have been seeing that for a couple of times that is higher than 3%, and we're gonna see what happened during those times. Okay, so one point is April of 2021 and July of 2020. We're gonna take a look at data from those slide. Okay, for those time points. Okay, now the main point of this chart I want to show you is that if we're looking at the 5 years history of the interest rate and you compare to now, it's still very low. It's still very low compared to, let's say, 2018, which is 4.83, right? There's still a percent, almost 2% different compared to 2018. So even though it is a recent increase, it's still low compared to our year prior to that. Okay, but let's take a look at the previous two points that have a higher interest rate than 3%. One is April 21 and one is July 2020. Okay, July 2020 is a second time frame that has more than 3%. Okay, so what happening? Let's look at some data right here. Some of you talking about appreciation, right? Appreciation during those times, whether it is good, still positive or not. Now, This chart right here come from the Comfort report. The Comfort report is very reliable real estate data company in Arizona, and I want to zoom close to this one right here. The black line is the Comfort index, and the blue bar is the annual appreciation. Okay, so we're gonna look at 2 time span. Remember, April of this year and July of last year. So April of 21, that's actually we have an annual appreciation of 32% during that time. Of 32% annual appreciation at the time that interest rate is higher than this time that we are talking about. It's higher than October and September. The second point that we are going to looking at is July of 2020. Okay, let's go back to July of 2020 right here. July of 2020, we have a less annual appreciation of 13%. Now, even though the two numbers are way different, right? We can say that the home price still not into the point that we're not gonna see any depreciation at this time yet, because some of the people assume that it is higher than 3%, and it's gonna be the home price is gonna be decreased. Not necessary, because we already see through history that even though we have 2 times in the past that the interest rate is higher than 3%, which the home price is still increased 30% and 13%. Okay, so that's number 1 point that I want to make here. The home price is still going to be appreciated even though it is more than 3% interest rate. The second point that I want to point out is that, let me share with you this. We're talking about a demand, right? Some of you also thinking that because of the high interest rate, people are gonna be less demanding in terms of buying a house. Now, this one right here, this chart right here is called the Comfort Supply Index and Comfort Demand Index. Demand is in red, and supply is in blue right here. Demand, if it is around, these are also from Comfort report, a company as well. If it is around, the red line showing how the level of demand in the market, and the blue line show the level of supply in the market, right? If it is around 100 points, which is this yellow line right here, it is now normal. Okay, and if it is less than like the supply right here, less than 100 points, this is favor to the seller, versus here is favor to the buyer. Okay, now again, we're looking at 2 time points in history: April of 2021 and July of last year. So let's look at April 2021. April 2021, don't have a way to show my month. Okay, but April 2021 is around here, right? April 2021 is around here, right here. Hold on a second. Yep. April 2021 is around here, and we have a demand index of 111.3. Okay, so that is around the normal demand, even though it dropped for the following months, right? But it's still within the normal range. It's still within the yellow range right there, which show even though the interest rate was really high in April. In fact, if you're looking at here, April is like 3.09, 3.17, 3.13, and it's go down, right? The demand is still high during it's still normal during that time. So it's happening, right? The people are still they're gonna look at that long history, and they say 3% or 2.98% is still reasonable compared to a 10 years compared to the 10-year history of the interest rate, right? So the normal is still the normal demand right here. If you're looking at the July of last year, we also have 102.5, which is actually still normal, right? Even though it's less, but it's still in the normal range. I know that is the index is differences. The index is different, but they're still within the normal range. And in fact, people still want to buy the house during those time periods. So if you assume that at this time, if you assume that it is at this time because of interest rate is going up, people are gonna be buying house less. You may not be correct, right? You may not be correct because of history already proved that the demand is still normal, even though during those times when the interest rates actually go down, and that is actually like a lot of people want to jump in right away. So would you rather buying during this time where more people buying a house, or would you rather buying this because actually there are less people? Yeah, for sure, right? Because it's less than this, right? Less people buying. So this is actually the time, if you are really serious of buying a house, this is actually the best time for you to jump in before it going even higher, right? So that is number 2 that I want to share. And the last point I want to share with you is this one right here, is the annual change in month sale price. Okay, this is the sale price that changed. This is the annual appreciation. This is change in price a year compared to year. Annual price appreciation. This is a change in months median sales. Okay, again, we're looking at 2 time frame. April 2021, which has the annual change of 25%. Annual change in monthly median sale price, 25%, and then July is 12%, 12.8%. So again, this is a monthly sale, and monthly median sale is still going up every month. So it's showing no negative regardless of the interest rate is going high. What if it is higher? I don't know. But at this time right here, we don't see anything that's going to change. We don't see that the price is going to be going down. We don't see a lower demand. It may be less a little bit, but it's still within the normal range. Okay, so if you are expecting that the price is going to go down now, you're probably not in no luck. If you're expecting that the demand is less now, you probably still have to compete with other buyers as well on the market. Now, how do we know whether the interest rate is going to go up or down? Okay, so we normally cannot predict that, but in one way we can see the movement of the interest rate is that this is a US 10-year treasury, and normally the interest rate follow the trend. Okay, follow the trend of the US 10-year treasury. Back in the 21st, we received the news that the Federal will not be, is it the 21st? Sorry, yeah, around that time, I don't know exactly the date, but we received the news that the Fed will not buy bond anymore. That's the reason why the US 10-year treasury go up. Okay, it's go up, and therefore the interest rate go up. It has been low, therefore the interest rate has been low. They predict, not my prediction, they predict that this number is gonna keep going up if the Federal stop buying bond. This trend gonna keep going up, and how much we don't know. But what we know so far is that at this time you are most likely to not having a shift in the market yet. The price is not gonna go up at this time. The interest rate, even though the interest rate is go above 3%, and the demand of the buyer still stay in the normal range right now. Okay, because of the history show during the last 2 times that it is higher than 3%, you see those data happening. Okay, all right, those are the short video that I want to present with you in this time. Thank you so much, everyone. If you do have any question regarding all the data, all the real estate market in Arizona, my number is 602-515-2442.